Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching from. So we are here live from Johannesburg, South Africa today. Um, just spent about 4 nights in London, and so now we're here in Joburg. Joburg is the common everybody calls it here. I've got my camera light on because it is getting on to dusk. It's 7 o'clock local time in South Africa. Just want to show you the lovely pool behind. It's very exotic and lovely, very lush. We are here in the middle of summer. It's a cold summer, so and I think honestly we have a bit of sun yesterday and a bit of sun today, which is great. Lovely and warm, but not like smoking hot. So it's really nice, very comfortable. Um, and but it gets a little chilly in the evening, so hence the sweater. I'm sure give it a week and I'll be losing this. Also, give it 3 weeks, we'll be back in London. I'll be wearing everything in my suitcase all at once. So I don't have, sorry, Linda, if you're watching, I don't have the um, topics listed today because it's, kind of random and all that. Oh, hello. I won't comment back. I'll just say, oh, um, yes, it's and Vernon is currently -2 Celsius. Here it is. I'll kill the camera and we'll have a look. It is 21 here. And okay, where's the beer? Well, lucky enough, I thought to bring stuff to show you. So look at this Strongbow. This is the South African version. It's a little bit different taste than what we get in Canada and also what you'd get on, for example, a cruise ship. But it's nice. It's dry. 6% alcohol. And everything is cheap as chips here, just gonna say. Also want to show you a couple other things that I got. So this one is a Savannah. This is a dry cider. And this is also 6%. We'll give this a taste. I haven't opened this yet. In fairness, it's not as cool as it could be. Oh, it's almost got a it almost has a cinnamon flavoring to it. Very, very interesting. Okay, well, we'll move this around. We'll move this one back over here and do the lighting. And then I'll show you this other beer, which we have. And I have some snacks to show you as well, which are pretty cool looking. My sister-in-law indulged us today when we went to the grocery store, just to have a look around and maybe pick up a few snacks. So I've got some cool snacks to show you. Then give that a second. Windhoek Lager. This is 5%, I want to say. 4% alcohol, which I think is great. It's nice when you can have a beer and you're not going to get like half in the bag by whatever time you start drinking. I'm going to shift the camera stuff around, move this back over to the drinking zone. This I will not be drinking, so we'll move that over to the lighting zone. Huh? Yeah, yeah, I'm being told 4%. Yeah, like I read that on the side of the can. Anyways, hello, Jane. Hello, hello. Oh, there we go. Yeah, great. Excited. Oh, excited to hear everything. Yeah, it's lovely. Like I said, it's very comfortable. A little bit like you kind of want a little bit of a jacket. But again, this is peak of summer, but a most unusual year for summer because it's a little bit on the chilly side. Hello, Tammy. Hi. 11 months from now, we're doing the cruise in November of this year. It's MSC sailing from Venice down to Durban, which is just on the coast, which we'll be flying to on Sunday. So next week, I'm going to work out the timing because it's a little bit late in the day. So I might go a little bit earlier next week. So watch for that. I thought it was Tuesday today. So I'm so sorry if you're tuning in later, if you have to watch this on the replay, because I didn't have my act together and have everything set up. I only just realized it was Wednesday today. Oh, and I should show you as well, resting on the box of wine. So this is a 3-liter box, and oh, I got Sauvignon Blanc. Why did I get that? I don't know. You know, I like Chardonnay. I don't know why I grabbed that one, but whatever. Box of wine was, well, wait, I'll be corrected in a second. I want to say $15 Canadian for 3 liters. There are other kinds. Also, they had Boschendal. If you've never had Boschendal Chardonnay, it is delightful. If you like buttery Chardonnays, if you're more of a Pinot Grigio, no, just stay away. You won't like it. But if you like Chardonnay, the Boschendal South African Chardonnay, oh, lovely. At home, it's about $27 Canadian. Here, it's was about 11. So, like I said, cheap as chips. Oh, and I have I put some of this in my pocket. We'll continue on with the food experience. Biltong is what they call it. It's sort of like beef jerky. You can see there's sort of a line of fat that goes through it. So it's basically dehydrated, seasoned, very nice flavor to it. So I'll take a little piece. Chewy, but not excessively. Really, really nice flavor. And then I'm going to show you some of the chips because I think this was a brilliant find. So we have, oh, who's this? Oh, okay. I'm going to follow up on the comments in a bit. Okay, so this first one we have, this is Simba chips. This is very popular. This is KFC flavor. I haven't tried these yet. Probably going to wait until there's a bunch of people over, so that we can open these and have like 1 or 2 chips each and not feel obligated to eat the whole thing. Next, most interesting is these, which is Italian truffle and garlic flavored Lay's. I don't remember ever seeing these in Canada, but they are the sort of the special flavors. Like, right now in Canada, you can get the masala, tikka masala, and there's a couple other flavors, all really nice and different. And also have Lay's kettle cooked seared ribeye steak and mushroom. So they're very much into savory here, not so much into sweet. So it's quite interesting. And then I spotted this as well, Spanish tomato flavor bomb. It's powder. I haven't opened it up yet. This is like $3 Canadian. But it's really nice to have some sort of tomato seasoning. I like it for soups. I like it if you're making like spaghetti bolognese, something where you want a bit of the sort of added depth of flavor. It's really nice. That oh, okay, come on. There we go. Is that yeah, that's Haley in the background having a smoke. Oh yeah, you can see them. Oh, yeah, they're on camera. Oh, little do they know. Jane, how was the airport experience? The airport experience was good. We did the airport lounge in both Vancouver and in London. Expensive, not gonna lie. Basically like 70 Canadian per person. But again, they had some pasta, they had some chicken, I think it was like chicken tikka masala, and then one that it was almost like a chicken pot pie mix, which they had some lovely bread rolls, and if you put a bit of butter on and then dipped your roll into the chicken pot pie sauce. Wow, magic. And then some wine as well, or beer was all included. So it's good. It was nice, and free Wi-Fi. So that's always always a win for that. Um, yeah, box one, cheapy cheapy. Yeah, and it tastes nice too. I don't have a glass going yet, but I will. I will later on. The jet lag thing is tricky. So we flew into London. We had 4 nights in London. We were staying in Canary Wharf. I'll do a separate video on that. So if you're watching this on the replay, I'll just give you the quick recap. And like I said, Marriott Canary Wharf, lovely hotel. Stayed there once or twice before. There's a shopping mall nearby. There's a Waitrose, which is a grocery store, which you can also buy bottles of wine and like room snacks. We had some cheese and some crackers and stuff, fresh buns, like a olive roll. But England is very expensive, so that's just something to consider. Going out for drinks, a cider and a beer, pint of each, 14 quid, 14 pounds. Now, it's not customary to tip, although it has been becoming more so in London. But this time, not really. I mean, once in a while on the card reader, there would be the option to say, "Did you want to add a tip?" And you could, or you could skip it. It's your choice. But 14 pounds is like 26 Canadian, which would be 21 American for a pint of beer, or like a cider like this. A little bit much, a little bit rich. And then food, expensive. We went to a few different places. We went to some of the markets, the Borough Market. John, if you were watching this, Borough Market was my least favorite experience of London so far. It's a market. It's sort of downtown in central London. Interesting because there's so many shops. Not interesting because it was packed full of people, like disaster, tragic, full of people. You're moving. Imagine going to a Taylor Swift concert and exiting at the same time as everybody else. You just constant, like wall to wall people, and loud, really, really loud. But they had some interesting stuff, but it just was. I'm not a big crowd person, so for me, that was like, okay, time to go. Uh, Also, just in general, I mean, it's January. It's not summertime, and I thought a lot of the tourist areas were really quite busy. Like, we went to the National Gallery, that was cool. Eh, a lot of churchy stuff, like the paintings and stuff like that. But also we went into like the Impressionist area, so Monet, Van Gogh, Gauguin. Uh, oh, loved it, loved it. So didn't get to see all the tourist spots this time, but on the way home, we'll stop in. We're staying at Marble Arch, Marriott Marble Arch. So looking forward to that, and also the area because it's right by Hyde Park, near Buckingham Palace, which of course we saw this time. Always gonna, I mean, yeah, it's a tourist spot, but got to see it, right? And we got there just after they did the massive changing of the guard. There, it was packed, like the whole area around Buckingham Palace. But it was, it's cool to see. Or cool to see the sort of the the end of it when everybody's walking away. But we saw, all the guards walking and the royal horsemen, I guess. I don't know if that's what they're called or if that's just some term from like a Halloween thing, royal horsemen. I don't know. But it's cool. And what else did we see? Um, Oh, yeah, it was good. Oh, so, Jane, going back to you and talking about being on the plane, um, invaluable for in flight. Um, got my reading glasses, there's some lip gloss, plug in. So we were flying British Airways. I will do a follow-up video. In general, right now, I'm going to say it sucked. Hard no, sucked bad. There's 2 flights with them. Would not probably choose to fly them again. But I have 2 more legs on them, so I'm not going to get into it too much. But putting all your valuables, the stuff that you're going to use on the flight, in a zippy. The convenience is, you've got your pen, you've got your notebook, you've got your AirPods, earphones, whatever, and you can have it all in your bag. And then when it's time to get off the plane, it's all right there. So you're not going to forget anything, because that's always the biggest fear. I mean, well, I don't know about you, but like I've left my wallet on a plane. I think I left my passport on a plane. So probably you guys all have your act together a lot better than I do. But for those of you who are like me, well, zippy is the way to go, because everything's together and it's all taken care of. I used to have a clutch. Freddie from Playa Resorts, thank you very much for those. And if uh, you have the opportunity, they're handy. Like it's about that big, so it's so obviously bigger than a phone, but it's just enough you can put a charger, a cable, like all the essentials in there. Um, oh, now this is like trick questions. Anything special about the lights? I think they were made from China. I don't know. They're all handmade. They're unique. They've got fairy lights in them. Um, I don't know. Trick question. And then Angelo saying beautiful background. Yeah, I'll just show you again of the lights over the pool. Yeah, it's really beautiful, beautiful backyard. So again, there's the pool. There's those hooligans over there, and the lights. Yeah, so it's very nice, very very nice. Um, and what else? Um, yeah, again, not going to get into the whole BA thing. I'll talk about that on a separate video, so stay tuned for that in roughly 4 weeks' time. London was busy. Oh, smoking. I cannot believe how many people smoked in London. And unlike North America or Mexico, Mexico's got very different, because now smoking is essentially illegal. So there's very specific designated smoking areas at the hotels and whatnot. Vancouver, you must be 3 meters away from any doorway in order to smoke. Whereas London, it was just like once you're outside, light them up. So that was kind of tricky. Oh, and I've been using my Wise card to pay for things. Oh, maybe I won't show you, because maybe I could. So I talked about this before. This is the card where you can use this to withdraw funds. Excuse me. You can also use it to tap and pay. So what was really curious is we were using like either credit card or the Wise card for the London Underground, the tube, the subway, and some of the um, charges were like really weird. Like we came in from Heathrow, took the tube all the way into London. I got charged nothing. Dean got charged $15 or $16. So yeah. Look at that grill. Where are you seeing the grill? Oh, up there. Oh, that's nothing. Okay, I'm going to show you guys around here. Let's see. It's kind of dark, but yeah. Uh, he better be making some huge steaks. So I don't have a photo for you, but last night we had a classic South African food, which is Burvis rolls. Burvis is a type of sausage, which is classic South African. And traditionally, you would serve it with some slow fried onions, and in a roll, a bun with butter or mayonnaise or mustard. To each their own. Sometimes ketchup, sometimes like HP sauce, I think maybe. And yeah, so that was our first sort of welcome dinner, and lovely, very lovely. But yeah, I'm going to show you. So this is kind of, I mean, this isn't the typical South African home, but um, just to give you an idea of the lifestyle. So they've got this whole, it's called a lapa, which is like I don't know what it's called, like a pergola, not a pergola. Um, yeah. Anyways, sorry, they're chatting around me. But yeah, so they've got a fridge back here, ice machine, and table, so you can sit and have a drink. They've got a darts board, so you can sit and play darts. And there's a whole like fireplace. Hmm. All right. And then they've got fireplace, which it looks like they've got it set up as a pizza oven as well. Let's see. Oh, okay. Keep going then.
That's great. Great.
Yeah. So that's basically, this is a wood, they call it braai here, barbecue. And this would be fired with wood. So you can have pizzas or chicken. When they cook the chicken, they split it. They call it a flatty. So it's all like busted up. Spatchcock, yeah. The Burvis rolls, you name it, yeah. And what?
So,
Oh, sorry. Somebody's taking over. Yeah.
and so the word from down there,
Yeah. Oh,
Denise.
Yeah.
Supply. Haley told me this sort of
Mm.
book, and then as it burns and then it starts to fall out the bottom, you move it over underneath here,
mm-hmm.
and then heats up the steaks and things
But you could do indirect cooking as well,
as well. Yeah.
or indirect heat, I
Yeah.
should say.
And then also with these down the bottom, you do pizzas. So you
In there.
Yeah, you got the heat
Oh.
on top, and this will obviously warm up.
Yeah.
The pizza down
Oh, we're gonna have to do that one day. Huh?
Nice.
Really?
Oh,
Oh, we've got a hunger on now. Wow. Yeah, so it's a really cool setup. And then they've got these, sort of windows. And it's all sort of enclosed. So it's very social, very kind of set up for visiting. I mean, they have lots of pubs and restaurants and stuff like that, but by and large, I'd say it's more a case of people come round and they visited other people's houses and stuff like that. So when we come here at the end of November, well, December really, when we finish our cruise, one of the things that we're hoping to do is bring our friends here for a braai, a barbecue, and help them have the more traditional South African experience. If you've been to South Africa before and you have not had these kind of food experiences, I would say definitely it's worth checking it out. Oh, Angelo says hi. Linda, hey, how are you? Oops, got the wrong one. Angelo, yes, looking forward to some brine. Some good lard steaks, yeah. I think the food and the groceries here, super cheap. And like we went out for drinks this afternoon, 9 alcoholic drinks, so 3 wines, a couple cans of soda to make like a spritzer, 3 ciders, 3 beers, another soda, and a bottle of water was like not even 40 bucks Canadian. So, like I said, cheap as chips. And then just saying other mosquitoes, not really. They've had a lot of rain in the last few weeks, but I'm not getting bitten at all while I'm sitting here. I was warned to put some bug spray on, but nothing, no action going on. So that's kind of nice. Um, but yeah, it's just a different lifestyle here. So I don't know what to say to you. If you're, unfortunately, I think a lot of the tours to South Africa, or they're like safari tours and stuff like that. I mean, I don't want to say they're a bit of a con, but unfortunately, I don't think they're giving you the authentic experience. B, I think they're charging you stupid amounts for something that is literally cheap as chips once you're here. Hotels are more on the expensive side, um, but you can go out for a meal with, 15 of your closest friends, and is it going to cost you $100? Maybe. Um, and also the food, the meat and stuff like that is like the steaks. And I'm basing this on previous experience because we haven't had steaks here yet, but it's kind of like everything tastes like grain fed. It's so tender and full of flavor. It's yeah, definitely. Um, Jean says, yeah, looking forward to buying some good large steaks. Yeah. Hey, Christine, how are you? Good to see you. I finally wrote down my thoughts on my second Vivid stay and email to me. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Okay, awesome. Good. I will definitely read up on that. Um, yeah, so it's interesting. It was actually about 10 or maybe 15 years ago that we were last here. But it's just, it's very social, very um hang out, you know, relax, chill, that's kind of the vibe here. Um, we went, like I said, we went out to the shops today and then went out for some drinks, and it's very comfortable. Didn't feel unsafe. I mean, look, you're on vacation, you're in a foreign place, so you're always going to be mindful of all your stuff. If we were at a restaurant, I wouldn't necessarily have walked away from all of my things. But here at someone's home, it's all locked up and we're good to go. Also, if you were going to go out, um, would you walk around? Would you, I think it again just depends on the neighborhood. So, um, yeah, but look, there's places in Chicago, there's places in LA, there's places in Vancouver, there's places in Toronto. There's lots of places all over the world in major cities, London, for example, as well, where you gotta be aware of your surroundings and is it comfortable? Are you safe? Again, a lot of it's just being smart. Like when we were in Borough Market and it was so, so crazy busy, I had my AirPods with me, locked in my pocket. I had my phone with me, and I think you guys have seen this before. I've got, oh, no, that's not really going to help there. So I've got the ring on the back of my phone, and I've sometimes find it difficult to even take the phone off my hand, but consequently, I don't really worry about anyone grabbing it out of my hand and stealing it. A lot of the places where there's issues, especially in London, they will say, be aware because pickpockets do operate in this area. And so, again, you just have to be a smart traveler, know where your belongings are. If you're not sure how secure your pockets are, or you're maybe somebody who's going to get more easily distracted and look at other stuff, then you have it in an inside pocket underneath your sweater or something, so that, I think you got to make them work for it, right? If they're going to nick your stuff, then, you know, like I said, make them work for it, right? So yeah. Um, but yeah, so we're off to Durban on Sunday, and we're going to be checking out some hotels for the possible post cruise trip this November, and just generally seeing what it's like. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, and then probably probably a lot of barbecues coming into our future and then in the near future, which I'm okay with. And definitely more of the biltong beef jerky. Mm, Tasty, tasty. Sorry, I took too much. But yeah, lots of really good food to try here. And again, eating out at restaurants, cheap as chips. Drinks, cheap as chips. Hotels, more on the expensive side. So if you're planning on coming here, just be aware of that. Safaris, for example, about 2 hours, I want to say north of Johannesburg, is Pilanesberg or Sun City. So, Pilanesberg National Park, also known as Sun City, which is, if you've seen the movie Blended with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler, that's part of the location where they filmed in Africa. And they have they've got a big pool, they've got a wave pool area, crazy water slide like the one at the Atlantis that kind of goes, well, sort of straight down. Super atomic wedgie material. So dress accordingly. And also there's so many safaris, and you can hop on a open air bus, and this is in Pilanesberg, Sun City. You can book a safari tour and take you out for 3 hours. I think Canadian is about $60, so about 45 American. Again, cheap as chips, and you're gonna see everything. It's not a massive park. It's actually this. No, I can never remember. They told us when we went on the safari how big Pilanesberg is, and it's like the same size as some small Asian country. So it's spread out, but it's not huge, like Kruger, for example, where you're going to go looking for the animals. Are you going to see them? Yes, maybe not. Depending, because they will all trudge to the watering holes. They all want to get the water, food, and drink in the evening. But at Pilanesberg, like I said, at the time that we last did it, which was, like I said, 15 years ago, it was about $25 per person for the safari. It might have been a little bit longer. And we saw everything. We saw giraffes, we saw elephants, we saw a lion. I think we saw zebras. Not sure. Lots of monkeys. Elephants, did I say elephants? We saw lots of elephants. They were actually blocking the road at one point. So, you sort of sit there, okay, we're waiting, gonna carry on. Giraffes, eating the leaves and the tall trees. And also interesting seeing them try to, with their straight arms or legs, trying to get down to get the water. Like, imagine if your arm was in a cast and you couldn't bend. You had to like bend over. You look like, I don't know. Remember those things that they used to have, like 40 years ago? The things you would put, it was like you put on the side of a cup, and it was like a stork or something, and it would dip down and it would sip the water. So in a way, the giraffes kind of look like that. So just different, awkward, weird, different stuff to see. That said, there's a whole bunch of safaris. I'm trying to block the light a bit. There's a bunch of different safaris that you can do, which are, $4,000 or $5,000 for 4 or 5 days or more, like a little bit longer. Some are more expensive, some are less. Some of them include camping. Not a fan, but you might like it. Some of them are glamping, so it's more, door accommodations, so doors with a canvas tent around them, which is still not my cup of tea. But all I'm saying is take a look at the options. Yes, it's nice to have a guided tour, but it depends what you want to see and how you want to see it. Also, I would say, if you're coming to South Africa, Johannesburg, yeah, that's great. I haven't been to Durban, so I can't speak to that. Cape Town, amazing. Loved it. Loved it. Also, Stellenbosch, which is the major wine region, where there's so many amazing wines. And if you've ever had South African wine in North America and you thought, oh, the tannins are a bit much, or it's just not sitting well, well, I've spoken to some of the reps for the South African wines, and then sometimes they say that, when the ships are carrying it across the water, if it's particularly rough or like turbulent, essentially, then it can stir up the tannins in the wine, and that can make it a bit more bitter and maybe upset your stomach a little bit. But if you have it here, oh my God, the wine is insane, so amazing. And a lot of the wineries, if you go to a winery and it's got like a thatched hot roof and there's goats on top, it means they have cheese as well. So you can do a wine tasting as well as a cheese tasting, and it's a pretty cool experience. So definitely something that you want to check out. Also, Cape Town Table Mountain, which is this weird. It's kind of like they call it Table Mountain because it looks like a table. It's basically like a drop off, and then there's the top, and there's a tram that goes up to the top. Spectacular views of Cape Town down below, and the clouds kind of get stuck in between where that the rock face is, and so they say, oh, the clouds get stuck on the rocks or whatever. But it's just different again, stuff to see. No, I'm trying to think what else to tell you. Those are the main things. But anyways, next week I will be in Durban going live. Uh, Maybe around the same time, probably a little bit earlier. So again, I will get my act together on Sunday or Monday, and I will post ahead of time so you can watch to see what time I'm going to go live. Or, of course, you can always watch it on the replay and check that out. Oh, yeah, I know. And I want a glass of the white wine. But I just opened a cider, so I'll have to finish that first. So there you go. Tough times. Yeah. These are the life choices that we make. You just have to suffer through. Um, Peanut butter here is amazing. Don't know why you need to know that, but it's delicious. So that's important. And also, if you like Marmite, they have a couple of interesting. Well, they no longer seem to have cheesy Marmite, but you can actually make that with as a combination of cream cheese and Marmite. Don't knock it till you tried it, folks. If you think, "Ew, gross," no, it's delicious. Um, and also in London at Marks and Spencer's, where they have a lot of food, and again, a lot of the crazy chip flavors and stuff like you get here. We saw, oh my God, I took a picture of it. I don't have it to show you, but I will be buying it when I go back through London on the way home. And it's basically like a hunk of cheese that you would do almost like a melted camembert or brie. You get the camembert, you take it out of the thing, and you put it in tin foil or a pottery thing. Put some slices, maybe put some garlic or cranberries or something in there. But this is like cheese with Marmite, and you heat it up and serve it with crackers or bread. Oh my God, I cannot wait to try this. Also, they did have Marmite, a caramel Marmite, which I'm not sure about. Again, you got this. So Marmite is, okay, to gross you out. It's called a yeast extract. Put that aside, and it's like beef bovril or oxo cubes, except it's a paste. So savory, delicious. If you like savory foods, chances are you'll love this. Definitely worth giving it a try. Go light on the covering. If you're putting it on toast, for example, I slather it on, but that's just me. Also, it's a really good hit of salt if you are that kind of person. But yeah, lots of for me, I don't know about you guys. Thumbs up if you agree. But for me, part of the whole travel experience is to try different foods and drinks and snacks and just see what's available out there. And so you're not only getting all the sights of a destination, but you're getting the flavors and the smells of a destination. I mean, I'll tell you what, when Haley was cooking the Burvis rolls yesterday on the braai, like, there was a friend of hers visiting, and she's like, "No, no, no, I'm going home to dinner. No, 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 no. Are you sure you don't want anything? No, 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 I'm good." And we all got our buri rolls, Burvis rolls. And she's like, okay, maybe I'll have a small piece. Like you can't not have it. So yeah, for me, food and drink is important. I don't know about you guys. But it's, it's the whole experience, and it's the entire sensory experience, not just what you're seeing. So that's a wrap for this week. But I'm glad I was able to share some of the little snacks with you and some of the drinks, and tell you about, what London was like. Looking forward to going back through. Um, the temperature was pretty decent, so big thumbs up on that one. But yeah, like this was what I wore every day, in London, and jeans, and I was fine. So that's not bad for January. Back home right now in Vancouver, it's about 10 degrees Celsius, so it's pretty comfortable. The rest of Canada is either under snow or below zero, cold and not great. So yeah, if you're planning on visiting Canada right now, Vancouver, I'd say, for the win. If you want snow, you can go up to the mountains, go and ski, snowboard, whatever. But yeah. But anyways, that's my quick little note from South Africa, coming at you live. So yeah, again, I think given the light situation, we'll probably start a little bit earlier next week, maybe an hour or two. Okay, so that will be like Britain time, 4 or 3 p.m. Canada time, 6 or 5 p.m. If I'm doing the math right, probably not. Um, but yeah. Jane says cooking at -20. Oh, so probably not barbecuing, I'm guessing. Although, in fairness, we kind of barbecue year round. Although it doesn't get to -20. I don't think I've ever seen -20 in Vancouver. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Where's there wood? No, it's around somewhere. I'll find it. It's nice to be in shorts. It's January. I'm wearing shorts, and I went to the grocery store in flip-flops. Thumbs up to that. Then I'm here with a couple of ciders. I have some lovely South African wine to enjoy, and worst case scenario, some KFC chips. So living the dream, right? Oh, Jane says, yeah, you barbecue all year round. Perfect, perfect. So easy, right? Yeah, just nice. Yeah, cool. And I got to meet my nephew this morning, which was really nice. So a shout out to Mason. Hi, or as we go, clap clap. He's about 9 months, I think, 9 months old. Cute as a button. What can you say? Anyways, all right, that's going to be my wrap today. So thank you for tuning in, wherever you are watching from. And thanks for sharing in this little snippet experience of South Africa. Again, next week, I'll be live from Durban, maybe an hour or two earlier start. So watch for that. I will try to get that posted earlier in the week. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. Well, mine's almost done, but I hope the rest of you in the western parts of the world enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you have a great rest of your week and a great weekend. And we will see you next Wednesday. So thanks for tuning in. Hey, if you haven't already done so, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button if you enjoyed what you saw. If you didn't enjoy what you saw, do the thumbs down. I'm okay with that. Feedback's good. And honestly, YouTube doesn't discriminate. Any feedback is well appreciated, and it really does help out the channel. So I do appreciate that. Um, yeah, cool. And then, yeah, yeah, looks like he's way ahead of you, Angelo. All right, you guys, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.